Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Huge thank you for the support recently. We just hit 400 subscribers and we're already on our way to 500. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Today we're going to be diving into how to succeed with random teammates in Delta Force. I've played my fair share of FPS games and I've learned some essential strategies for you guys to implement into your games. That way you can carry your teams even if you can't rely on them. In this video, I will show you 3 must-have skills for you guys to win more matches, and I'll show you exactly how I put them into action by reviewing some of my own gameplay. Quick reminder, I do stream on Twitch every weekday at 2 p.m. EST, and I also hang out with my community on Discord. If you guys are interested in either of those, the link to both of those will be in the description below. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, maybe subscribe with post notifications on. That way you guys don't miss an upload. Enjoy the video, guys. Peace. Being the amazing person that I am, I did create a PowerPoint. That way you guys can follow along super easily while I go over these 3 tips to help you guys win more fights. Let's get started. So the first tip, communication. It's absolutely essential that you communicate with your teammates using your microphone. Bind your push to talk to something easy, something on your mouse that you can press really quickly in a fight, or somewhere close to where your hand is on the keyboard. That way it's super convenient and easy for you to communicate with them. If you're not using your mic to talk to your teammates, you can't describe to them specific locations where an enemy is. You can't give them any details as to what's going on in the game that you need to communicate about, right? Let's also use our pings. That way our enemies know exactly where we're trying to indicate something is happening or where an enemy is, what they're doing. So we're using our pings not to just say, hey, there's somebody behind that rock over there, but we're saying that rock right there, using our pings with our enemy ping, double clicking, or maybe that rock on the left, the one on the right, further behind them, maybe that window there. The way our teammates know exactly what you're talking about, it's more specific. We're also going to be trying to give our teammates concise, clear comms, and we're going to clarify if we need to. We don't want to give our teammates a super long 3-page essay about where somebody is. We want to give quick comms, the way we can react and our teammates can react to a situation much more quickly. We want to give clear comms, that way our teammates understand exactly what we're trying to communicate. And if we need to, we'll clarify those comms if our teammates are confused about what something is, or we're not maybe describing something correctly. We can clarify our comms. Next up, we want to adapt. What guns, what armor, what ammo are our teammates using? If they're using very crappy ammo like blue or green, or very crappy armor, and we're playing in normals against people with purple, gold, maybe even red, we need to be aware of that. If our teammates are using that crappy armor, we don't want to go into a fight full send relying on our teammates to be able to do anything. It's going to take them 8-9+ bullets to get through a gold shield with their blue ammo, right? So we want to be aware of what our teammates are using, whether that's a long range gun, a short range gun. That way we know what they're going to be able to participate in when it comes to fighting. Also, we want to observe our teammates. Are they moving like bots? I hate to say it like that, but it's true. If someone's walking around very slowly, they don't look like they're very comfortable with movement or with playing the game, we need to be aware of that. We don't want to go into a fight expecting our teammates to be reliable when they're going to just end up ADSing at a wall and not knowing exactly where somebody is because it's the first time they've ever gone to that building. We also want to see if they're playing aggressively, cautiously, passively, whatever you want to call it. If their teammates are playing aggressively and they seem very confident in their play, we want to play around that. We want to play towards their strengths, right? It's going to give us the highest chance of success. If they're playing cautiously and they just want to loot the map, then it is what it is. We'll just loot the map. We'll play pretty passively. Probably won't take many fights, but we're still going to end up extracting. We're going to get out alive, and that's the whole point of the game, is to extract alive, right? So we want to play around our teammates based on what their strengths are, whether that's playing passively, aggressively, short range, long range, against geared teams, maybe against non-geared teams. So we need to be aware of that. We're the only thing in the entire game that we can control. We can't control our teammates. We can't control what they decide to do, whether they decide to stay behind and loot for 5 minutes, or whether they decide to push up and go third party a fight with us. Lastly, we want to stay focused. We want to keep our team focused on whatever our objective is, whether that's going to push a fight, whether that's going to loot a room that we have a key card for, doing a quest in game, doing a task in game. We need to be on the same page with our teammates. So for instance, early game, we want to clear those common spawns right as soon as we get onto the map, make sure that nobody's nearby. If they aren't, we can loot really quickly, and then we can plan our rotate. That way we can get to our next location and everybody's on the same page as to where we want to go. We need to then rotate to the next play in the mid game. We try to stay grouped. That way we're able to play off of each other in case someone gets knocked really quickly, or in case you are able to get a knock. That way your team can push with you. You guys have a much higher chance of success of finishing that fight and winning. Then you want to think about enemy rotations. Where's the enemy going to go? They spawned over there. We heard them shooting. Now they're going to run towards Substation. Or maybe wall breaker just went off and we heard shots in cement. That team might come over and they might be on that left side of the map. So we want to be aware of that. And then in the end game, of course, we're trying to prioritize extracting. It's an extraction game. If you're ready to leave, your bag's full, you want to get out. If your teammate's bag is full, they're looking to get out. Even if your bag's empty, maybe you communicate with them, say, hey, can we go loot this on the way to extract? They'll be more inclined to do that rather than, hey, let's go fight this team after they just found maybe 3 or 4 quest items and a bunch of money in purples and blues. They're not going to want to fight as much. And then lastly, refocus your team. Make sure that if your team is getting off track, maybe they're getting distracted by a task that's going on or by something else that's happening on the map, whether that's gunshots or explosions, that your team is focused on what your objective is. If you want to have success, you need to be on the same page as your teammates. That way nobody gets left behind at Visitor Center while we're going to push a fight in admin. Okay? So a quick TLDR for you guys. Communicate clearly and concisely. That way you guys have the highest chance of success and your teammates are aware of everything going around you, even if they don't see it. Make sure you guys pay attention to your teammates' play style and play towards them. If your teammates are playing super aggressive, then you can go for fights. If they're playing passively, you're just going to end up probably looting and extracting. And sometimes that's just how it goes. Make sure you always keep yourself and your team focused on your objective. If somebody wants to go to a quest location or maybe to loot a safe, maybe you should go help them out. Make sure that you're on the same page with them to then afterwards maybe go pick a fight in admin. So let's go hop over to the gameplay where I can explain to you guys how I implement these tactics into my gameplay and maybe some things I can improve on as well. Okay, so this is our first clip. We're just going to be going through the game, pausing here and there occasionally just to go over some things that I did well, some things I didn't do well, and just trying to point out some general things to you guys. So the first thing you're going to see me do when I enter a game with randoms is I'm gonna use my mic and I'm gonna say, hey, what's up, yo, how you guys doing, just to give them that initial prod and to see if they have a mic. That way I know that I can communicate with them, they're gonna be able to communicate with me, and we're gonna have a good time pretty much. So one thing you'll also notice when you get into games is how loud your teammates' mics are. So you'll want to turn down their volume in the settings, like as soon as you get out of the helicopter.
Just trying to get some morning murder in.
Morning murder. Okay, so we know that our team, one of our teammates at least, has a mic, and to you guys it might not sound too loud in post, but when I'm in game and this guy's talking to me, I just remember him absolutely like bursting my eardrums. And so one of the first things you'll do that I do pretty much every time is I'll get out of the helicopter and I will turn down their audio immediately. Now, even if our other teammate hasn't turned on,
why the fuck is my shit? Oh, excuse my line.
I will just go ahead and turn down like to 10% or so.
Why is my thing low this low?
And that's I do that every game. And because our green teammate here ahead of us went straight for the safe. No one's looking to see if a team is coming out of the tunnel because there is a spawn in the back here. So I'm playing a little bit passively. I don't want to push up too far here because there might be a team coming out and no one's here to help me. Yeah, one of my teammates hasn't even loaded in yet. I use my mic to let my teammates know
I'm gonna pick up the metal breaks to check
that somebody could have come out, and I also use my pings. That way they know exactly where I think someone might be, because I do hear some footsteps, but it's probably just the bots. But I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna let my teammates know. I'm gonna pick up the middle brick to see if anyone's nearby, since it does have that hazard level.
Yeah, it says 0.
All right. I let my teammates know it's at 0, so no one's nearby.
Over to cement and see if these guys are still here.
And because I'm paying attention and I'm pretty aware of where all the different spawns are on the map, and we heard shots at cement, we know, hey, there's probably somebody over there. We've got the mantle break, so we'll know if we're close or if someone else is close to us. So I'm gonna let my teammates know. Let's push over there and see if there's anyone to fight.
Yeah, I came up this side. I didn't see anybody in there.
They were definitely shooting.
But I'm with it. I'm with it.
And so we detect an enemy team nearby. Yellow's telling me he's with it, so he's ready for the play that we're going to make to fight these guys. Unfortunately, green is not ready. He hasn't said anything on comms that he's ready to fight. But Yellow and I are going to continue to push up, which is probably a mistake by both of us. That could cost us the game if the other team is ready for us and catches both of us out. Green won't be able to support us.
Yeah, they're probably like inside this wall. Yeah, level 2. They're coming out, I think. So notice how I'm still communicating where I think they're coming out. I'm also using my pings, my enemy ping, so my teammate knows exactly where to look. So look up here on the mini map. We're both looking in the same direction, right at this exit from cement plant on the north side. And if I'm not using my pings, I'm just saying, hey, I think they're over here. They're coming out. Maybe my teammate might not be aware of this exit right here or the exit on the left. And so using your pings is just a way to be more specific about what you're looking at and what you want your teammates to pay attention to. Level 3. You guys running to the right. Outside here. Scar. And once again, I'm using my microphone, telling my teammate, that my yellow teammate that's with me, hey, they're over here. And I use my ping as well to be more specific. That way he knows exactly where to look. Now, notice that green is still not here. He's not in a position at all to help us with this fight. So yellow and I have to be really careful here that in case they push out and they start fighting us, we don't get knocked, because green won't be able to assist us in any way. And probably the most correct play here is to just back off, since green isn't here to help us, and to just hold this top edge of barracks here, since there are some good peaks. Because our teammate is playing with a very passive play style, we don't want to be too aggressive, because we're just forcing a 2v3 when we could just wait for green whenever he's ready, doing whatever he's doing, probably looting something. And then we can play 3v3 instead. Hey, green, we're probably going to fight a team here in a second.
Shit.
So I use my mic. I let green know, hey, we're going to be fighting people here. I should probably say, come over here right now. A little call to action. Make sure that he knows he needs to be over here since we're about to fight. And me being the person I am, of course, I'm going to push up to the truck here to try and take this angle. That way the other team doesn't get it for free. Is it the best play? Definitely not. Green is nowhere near to help. I still have yellow to support me, but it's obviously a much higher chance of success if I am just waiting on my third teammate to come over and help instead of just relying on one of them. So I push over to the truck.
Oh, god damn it.
Yellow goes down. Able to get one knock.
Yeah. He's got more though.
And right here, you can hear I'm not using my my microphone. That's just because I have it set to T, so it's a little bit uncomfortable for me to press. So this is where I'm saying, do as I say, not as I do. If I tell you guys, you should have it on somewhere that's easy to press, like your thumb button. My lean buttons are on my thumb button, so I can't do that. Maybe I could set it to B or V right above my spacebar, make it really, really easy to press in the middle of a fight. But I'm just trying to buy time here for green to come over. You can see he's 140 meters away. I don't know if you can read that, but he's 140 meters away, all the way up in barracks, not even running towards me at all. Yellow is down. I'm in a 1v2 situation now with not the very best angles. The only way I win this fight is if they don't double swing me. If I could just get a 1v1, then it'll be good. Otherwise, I'll probably die. So I'm able to outduel this Hack Claw right here. Fortunately, it was a 1v1. The Stinger is healing himself with his heal gun, as you can hear. Green is getting closer. He's 113 away now. He says he's coming. And now I'm still just trying to buy time, waiting for green to maybe make some contact over here on the hillside. That way I can get a good peek off. Last guy's around the truck here somewhere. There's two down.
He's up top on the crates right here.
And see, even yellow's doing a really good job of communicating. He's using his mic. He's using his pings, letting me know he's on top of the yellow crates right here. I can see them on my mini map. So right now I'm still just trying to wait for green to make contact. That way I can get a good peek. I'm trying to play off of green's contact. So I'm not going to do anything until green starts shooting. That way this last guy on the crates is looking over towards my teammate.
Just to be right behind him, green. Blast that fuck.
So green starts shooting. He probably lit him up a little bit. Maybe chunked his armor, and I get a really easy 2-tap on him, and we win the fight. Just simple as that. But yeah, the biggest thing with this fight is I'm not playing around both of my teammates. I'm only playing around one of them. Green was 150 meters away up here, still in barracks looting, and yellow and I are both outside. So this could have been a really, really bad misplay, just because we were forcing the 2v3 when we could have initially just backed off and waited for green. That way we can force a 3v3, much higher chance of success. So keep that in mind, guys. Okay, so here in this next clip, same game where you've moved over to the decoder. We're about to start decoding the mantle brick. And we have heard some shots over at mini substation, so we're trying to be aware of that. But it's still at 0. Okay, it sounds like they're fighting over there. We can hear them. We can just hold the gate on the right here. Hold this like lane right here. Okay, so I'm letting my teammates know what the game plan is. We hear all the shooting happening over here at mini substation. I tell them, hey, let's hold this right gate because this is most likely where they will come from. We have some good peaks here with these rocks. That way we can hold really easily. And I'm letting them know, make sure everyone's on the same page. Let's hold this right side because we've already cleared all of cement. We've killed a team over there. There's more than likely not going to be anybody coming from over there. You guys get scanned? Oh, I got scanned. Okay, so we do get arrowed here. So the enemy team knows exactly where we are. Hit all 3 of us. So I'm just gonna be peeking this way. I'm coming out of there right now. Letting my teammates know. Fortunately, I was not able to get the kill here. I did whiff. One thing I should have done better is to ping exactly where that guy is so my teammates know where they need to be looking, where the enemy team is, right? Because I'm telling them they're coming out of there. I'm shooting at a guy. They might not have scopes. They can't see as well. They can't see the angle. So they don't know where exactly this guy's hiding. I do have an Uluru on my team. So maybe if I ping that, I can also use my comms to tell him like, hey, rocket this. He's stuck in a corner. And we may have been able to get it down there and be able to push up. But unfortunately, I didn't do that. So we weren't able to make a play off of that initial contact. They probably got back into the compound. They might try to push on the northeast side now, like down this road right here.
Yeah, I'm trying to look around.
So that was really good. I'm letting my teammates know once again on comms. They might try to do something else now that we've shown some pressure on this side of mini substation. They might try to go down the road. I'm also opening my map and setting down pings. That way my teammates know exactly where they might come from. There's also a bot holding over there on that side, so we'll know if they try to push that way. Sounds like they backed off. Oh, the spot's shooting now over there. And so, as I said, the bot is going to be shooting at them now that they've decided to go left. I ping enemy as well. That way my teammates know. Our teammates pinging using his mic. That's awesome. Right here, I should probably let them know that they've line smoked and I can't see if they move left, though they're probably holding the same angle, so they do know that I can't see that.
There you go. Yeah, the arrows are coming out this way, from this way too.
And because we're decoding the mantle break, it just hit 1 minute. My teammates are going to have to go and pick up their copy at some point. So I know that this enemy team might try to play a little more aggressively because they get the notification as well that there's only 1 minute left to grab the mantle break from the other team. So I need to be a little careful, and I'll have to probably cover my teammates to make sure that we don't get pushed too hard while they try to get their own copy. Make sure you guys get a copy.
There's grenades over that way.
Yeah, make sure you guys get a copy. I come over here to hold my teammates' angles because they both have to back off. I'm also going to use my ult to try to create some space here to give us some more time. I hit one with my ult. Might be in the water here.
Another rocket going out. The guy hit markers off that.
Okay. Yeah, they're just on the other side of these rocks, so be careful of the right side too. So this enemy team is playing very, very slowly. We don't have to do anything. We're just sitting here decoding the mantle break. They have to push us.
Arrow coming in again. Yeah, they're slow creeping that side.
So now that we've decoded the mantle break, we can kind of try to play more aggressively. We're just going to try to stay grouped with our teammates here. Now that we're all on the same page, moving on to this right side to hold this. It's a little bit better angles because of all the bushes on the left side. It's a little bit harder to hold. So we're all just trying to stay grouped up here, try to get a kill.
Coming around left, I believe. Still.
We know somebody's on the right there. Do see one. I should probably calm this and maybe ping. This enemy team is playing very, very slowly. And it's kind of hard to push this without any opening knocks, so we just kind of have to... It's just a little bit of a stalemate. One on the right, too. The right boxes. Now right here, it's not too important for me to ping this, I don't think. We're all looking in the same direction. They're shooting back at us. We're shooting at them, so we know they're over here. I think probably technically I could definitely ping so my teammates know exactly where I saw somebody, but it's not as big of a deal as some other scenarios.
Sounds like monster run. That hurt. 1 sec.
My teammates get knocked. I hear one rapping on the left side. I probably should have pinged that and also used my mic to tell my teammate they're rapping on the left, because if he's holding a further back angle somewhere like back here, he might be the first person that the enemy makes contact with, and he has no idea what I'm hearing, right? So if I'm not communicating to him, hey, there's one rapping around this rock to the left, and I'm using my ping, then he's not gonna know that this is happening, and there's a very high chance that he gets knocked before I can see this guy. If my teammate was holding like as he is, like a little bit further back, then I won't be able to see this guy before my teammate sees him. But fortunately, we do get the trade.
Vector.
Two in front. And one thing you should always do, if you have the ability to, is to finish your kills. If the enemy can crawl to a position where you can't stop the res or it makes it harder for you to, then always finish the kill if you can full kill them. Otherwise, if you're pushing somewhere and you kill someone right in front of you, it's not as important, especially if the other team might be close enough to try and shoot you while you're finishing the kill. Then that would be a big mistake. I go ahead and smoke. I should probably let my teammate know I'm going to try to res.
Here, crawl backward. Crawl this way.
Now, I had an option to get off of the res. That way this guy doesn't get knocked. But if I don't res him here, in my mind, I think it's better to just res him. And then if in my mind, I think it's better to just res him here instead of getting off of it because of the nades. Because if I don't res him here, the smoke fades, and then I don't have an opportunity again for like another 20 seconds. So I try to get him up. If he gets knocked again, then I'll try to get him back and revive him further. But
Other way. Yeah, back.
I'm telling him here to back up, get behind the rock.
To the right a little more. Right here.
Move to this place.
I'm using my ult to create some space. It's still 2v2. I'm gonna try to get the full. And like I said, this is a very hard position for either team to push. It's kind of a stalemate. So they can't really do anything with my teammate holding that angle.
Cheers, mate.
My teammate is able to get a knock, so now this opens the whole fight up.
Last guy's on the left.
I hear footsteps on my left. I tell my teammates, let's push up here. He's on the left.
Close left on this corner. Swing with me. He's a little lit.
Unfortunately there, when I swing, I do land in the bushes, but I did do a good job of letting my teammates know, like, I want them to swing with me. I don't think they swung as wide as I did. I maybe could have asked for a hat claw flash. I don't know if he had another one. He probably did. But there, yeah, it's just kind of unlucky that I jumped into the bush and I lost sight of the enemy there. But after the res, I do get up and my teammate starts moving to the right here to try to go around into the water. So I'm going to move with him. That way I can play off of him. And if he gets knocked, I'm able to hopefully trade the knock and we're able to finish this last guy off. Remember, it's always about playing off your teammates. I've got one right here already holding this long angle. And so if my other teammate's moving around to the right, this is a really good angle to take. I'm going to go with him. That way I can trade that knock if it happens.
Vector, dude.
Yeah, that Vector guy doesn't fuck around.
I'm able to get the kill. Very, very nice.
Good God, dude.
So yeah, the biggest thing, using your pings, make sure you're using your mic, letting your teammates know what you're doing, where specifically something's happening, make sure everyone's on the same page. Whether we're pushing, we're going to hold defensively. If your teammates are making a play around the right side or the left side of a building, through a doorway, wherever, make sure you're trying to play off of them. Don't try to make solo plays all the time. Sometimes it can be good, maybe if the enemy team's rezzing or something like that. But if it's just a straight up 2v2, 3v3, play off of your teammates. Don't try to do anything too crazy, and you'll end up winning a lot more fights. Okay, so here's the last clip. This one's going to be pretty short. We're in admin with both of our teammates. They both have mics. They've been talking all game. I think we may have killed a team. But you can see up here, we're all using our mics, and we'll go ahead and just play from here.
We can do wall breaker then. I'll go activate it.
So the wall breaker task is up.
Run over to the wall.
I let my teammates know I'm going to go activate it. I tell them go ahead and run over. That way they can start it as soon as the wall blows up.
Are you guys comfortable just like duoing it? Just like killing everything and opening all the safes?
Yeah.
And so I ask them, I make sure, are you guys okay to just run over there and duo it while I hold admin and then end up hitting the button and we can just extract really easily? They say, yeah, let's do that. Okay. Okay, so this is like 45 seconds later. My teammates are over in wall breaker. I think they've already opened the vault door and they're opening safes now. I'm just over here looting this room in admin, just chilling, waiting for them to be ready to hit the button and we can dip out. And I hear some stuff. I hear a line smoke from Stinger. So I immediately know someone's here. It's not a bot. It's a player, 100%.
There's a guy on me.
And I let my teammates know there's a guy on me in my voice comms. They haven't said anything yet. I'm not being very insistent about it. I'm not being too animated that there is a team on me unexpectedly.
There's a team out here.
I use my mic again, letting them know. I'm not really pinging. Maybe I should be pinging more to get my teammates' attention. And definitely should be trying to take a more passive position. I'm standing in the middle of two stairwells on the side that this team is coming in. I have the option here to either rent out the west side of admin or to try and hold this. I'm playing with a little bit of an ego. They just hack claw scam me, so they know there's only one person here in admin. And they know what gear I'm using. I think I'm using like purple gear at this moment. So they know that there's only one person. And I'm completely alone. My teammates are all the way over in Wallbreaker. They may expect that I'm alone, even beforehand, with my teammates still being in Wallbreaker, shooting their guns, opening safes. But I try to hold this solo. I'm not playing passively at all. I hear them open a room below me for some reason. Maybe they're doing a quest. But notice how in this entire time, my teammates haven't said anything. My teammates haven't even made a move to come help me. So I should make a note in my mind of my teammates' playstyle right now. It's very passive. They're over there in Wallbreaker looting, opening the safes, doing their thing. I need to be aware of that. I need to make a decision to either run, which is definitely the most optimal decision here, is to just run, group up with my teammates, and then we can play the 3v3 instead of the much, much riskier decision that I do make, which is to try and 1v3 this fight. So the enemy team does end up crossing over to the west side of admin here. I'm still playing passively, kind of waiting for them to push me. Trying to see what they're trying to do, what they're trying to peek. One great angle that I probably could have held here is on top of these boxes here. It peaks. It has a nice little peak right over these boxes all the way down the hallway, which would have been a good angle to hold. But I'm not sure if they're already maybe holding that, so I don't want to be, I don't want to be exposed while I'm climbing up on those boxes. And the hack claw scanned me again. Like this is, I don't know why I'm still here. This is the second time I've been hack claw scanned. They know there's only one person. Maybe they think they're not scanning everybody on the team, and that's why they're not pushing, which is definitely a possibility. But notice how even like 30 seconds later, my teammates still haven't moved. They haven't said a thing. I'm not pinging. I'm not saying. Maybe in my mind, I'm resigned. Like, hey, I guess I'm just going to have to 1v3 this, right? And obviously, that's not the right mindset to have. It's like, I guess I have to do this. Like, no one's forcing me to take this 1v3. I could just back off and wait for my teammates, right?
We should run to extract if you guys are ready. Or come
fight these guys first. And why am I making this comm saying we should run to extract if you guys are ready? Maybe fight these guys first. And I'm not backing up. I'm still holding this aggressive angle because I want to fight them, right? Me being the player I am, I don't run from PvP most of the time. I want to fight them. I have good ammo in my gun. I've got gold ammo in my scar. I can 2-tap them in the head, 3-tap in the chest, maybe 4. So I want to fight these guys. But my teammates are not prepared at all. They're not calming. They're not pinging. I'm not pinging as well. So it's all around. It's just a bad situation. I make contact with one of them. Here's someone running up this hallway. I'm definitely in danger of getting peeked from both angles, so I smoke one side to try and peek the other. And right here, I probably should have tried to swing this guy. I hear his teammate all the way in this back hallway by the stairs still running up, so he's not holding this angle to help him. So maybe if I jump and swing this guy or maybe climb up on the box and peek, I can get a peek on the guy right around this corner here. Maybe get a knock. I get smoked off. I peek a window. I get knocked. My teammates are nowhere near to help me. Terrible fight to take. I should have just backed off. You can hear me audibly sighing. I'm annoyed that my teammates aren't here. Like, are my teammates gonna come? And of course, I make that comm. Are my teammates gonna come? I'm super tilted. And if anything, I should just be tilted at myself for getting knocked. You know, I could have easily backed off out of this fight. I have my ego. I wanted to challenge it. And my teammates are nowhere near to help. And that's not their fault. That's my fault for not just repositioning and playing around my teammates. I'm not playing off of them, right? I'm playing for myself. And so, yeah, that's exactly what you don't want to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and a comment about future video ideas that you'd like me to do. I appreciate you guys watching. Have a good rest of your day.